Hi, welcome to the video series, Women Creating Our Futures. I'm very excited about this time in history because I think women are emerging in ways that they've never done before. And that's why I decided to interview 6 women that inspire me and I think make a difference in this planet. I want you to meet Angela Sassville. She's a licensed therapist, founder and executive director of Flourish Counseling in Denver. And I'm holding this picture right here because she has created something wonderful. What it says here is relationships that not only last but thrive. Our exclusive curriculum for individuals and couples. I want to talk about that. Welcome.
Thank you, Cynthia. Thanks for having me.
So talk to me about Flourish. How did it get created? Because you didn't start out to create Flourish, right?
Mm-hmm. Flourish Counseling and Coaching was a business that I created 11 years ago now, and it has always felt to me like a third child. It was just something that I needed to birth in order to feel complete. And over the years it's grown, and I now have an entire group of therapists and coaches who work with me. But it all began with a real passion to help people have more meaningful relationships in their personal lives.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. And so I want to know what happened before that. I want to know, what started you even opening to a vision that you could create something this powerful?
Well, circumstances took away the financial security that I had in my life when I was laid off from my full-time job just 10 days after giving birth to my first child. And that was the very same week that the terrorist attacks of September 11th occurred. So that meant not only had I lost my job, but there really weren't any other jobs to be given to me at that point in time. And so I had to dig deeper. And I had to get clear with myself about what really mattered most to me and what was really going to be the most fulfilling work for me. And so that became the catalyst for me to go to graduate school and to become a licensed psychotherapist and coach.
Yeah, so that's interesting to me because what you're telling me is that what looked like a crisis was a birthing place for something new.
Absolutely. And there was also a deep gift wrapped up inside of that, in that graduate school with a toddler at home is an interesting combination that I would not recommend to anybody. But it also gave me such a beautiful opportunity to have a deep amount of quality time with my newborn child.
That's beautiful. So can you tell our audience, what kind of obstacles you had to overcome, interior obstacles? What kind of, can we talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. I don't really think people always understand that that's been such a big part of my journey and the journey of so many people who now look quote unquote successful in the business world. My internal obstacles that I had to overcome was I really had to learn how to value my worth, my expertise, and my time. And then I had to do all that interesting work about my relationship with money so that I could not only value it myself, but I could ask other people to value my time and pay for what it was worth. And that was deeply uncomfortable for me.
Well, I totally get that. And I want to say to anybody out there, I think that that's something that we all have to come face to face with. What is the relationship to money? What is our worth? What is our value? And so what was the turning point for you where you got that the gifts you were giving were valuable?
I don't know that I would describe it as a turning point so much as a steady growth curve. And I did a lot of work on myself, and I did a lot of work with coaches, and I dug really deep to look at those obstacles. And to me, it felt like something that grew gradually stronger with time.
It's beautiful. So I want to talk about having a relationship, having a family, and building a business at the same time. It was probably really easy.
Totally. Yeah, those were some interesting times for sure. I am a am a caretaker. And so it's really easy for me to give to the business, to give to my husband, to give to my children, and then to not have anything left over for me. And so I definitely had to learn how to stop doing that along the way, because I was at risk of burning myself out before I even really got started.
Yeah, totally get that. So today, you are working with a lot of people, you know, who are bringing their issues and their challenges, and you're supporting them. What do you do specifically for you today to support you in staying balanced?
I think for me, it's a matter of having very clear boundaries and being very comfortable defending them. And with that, to me, structure is everything. So I structure my week every week so that there are things that support me and my self-care built into every single week. And I refuse to let other things get scheduled over those self-care components.
That's beautiful. And do you have a spiritual practice?
Every morning.
Can you talk about that a little bit? What does it look like?
Sure. I tend to get up about 30 minutes before my children wake up in the morning so that I can have some private time, and I like to spend some time reading something inspirational, having a meditation practice, and really going deeper, and really getting myself nice and grounded before I step out of my bedroom and take on the day.
Absolutely. I do the same thing. I have like a 45-minute to an hour practice every day, and because I find if I don't, you know, I am not pretty. It's not fun to be around me. So that's great. So I want to know, you work with couples, you know, and it says here to not only last, but to thrive. What is it that you teach them?
Well, the wonderful thing about our field is that there's so much research out there that we are crystal clear on what it is that makes relationships really juicy and close and connected and fulfilling. And so a lot of what I teach my couples are those key insights, and then the actions, the strategies that they can utilize to get there. So it's really about creating a deeper level of fulfillment and connection and understanding between the two people.
It's beautiful. So before we end here, what is the one thing you want women to know? If it was only one nugget, what would you tell them?
That anytime you step out of your comfort zone to attempt something great and to go after a big, audacious goal or dream in your life, that fear is going to come up. That's just a natural reaction to getting out of that comfort zone. But that doesn't mean that you have to listen to anything that the fear is trying to tell you. And it doesn't mean that you have to slow down. If you can just continue to take steps forward, even if fear is present, amazing things will transpire.
Absolutely. And you're a living example of that. And I'm very grateful that you came to spend a little bit of time. I'm going to hold this up because I just think this is so beautiful. And to remind the people listening here, if you live in Denver, you know, Flourish Counseling is available to support you and nurture you to living the life that you want to live. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I'm really grateful. And anybody listening, what I want you to know is that it's your time. It's your time to be bold and to step out and bring your gifts to the world. Please share these videos with other people. Any woman you know who's wanting to live a bigger life, or if it's just about you looking at it over and over again, something powerful is occurring, and it's you.